Okay, now we can take a look at introducing mixed numbers. Now that we have our addition of fraction concept introduced, we can now talk about what mixed numbers are. We briefly described a mixed number, as we have here, as again kind of a division problem, but the way we are going to represent division is by multiplication. So 14 into 187 goes 13 times. So if you do 13 times 14, you're going to get a number close to 187, but you have 5 left over. So we're going to represent 187 as 13 times 14 plus 5, and again our partitions are 14. Well, when you do that, you can group 13 times 14 over 14. And this is our being able to associate, the associative property. So we've just broken these apart, which basically means if we use a cancellation, 14 and 14, that's going to give us a whole number 13 plus 5/14, which we basically write as we just drop the add sign, addition sign, and we have 13 and 5/14. So let's go ahead and apply that to a mixed number addition problem. Let's say we have 2 and 2/5 plus 1 and 1/3. So basically what this means is we have 2 plus 2/5. Okay, so that's our first fraction. And we can split this up because again it's a concatenation of a whole number 1 plus 1/3. Now we can regroup these or reassociate these and also commute them, meaning move them. So now we can put the 2 and the 1 together, our two whole numbers, and we're going to put our two fractions together. So 2/5 plus 1/3. Now all we really need to do is deal with, again, we don't have a common partition, so we have to force one. Here we can just go ahead and call this 3. So 3 whole numbers. So let's go ahead and force our partition, which would be 5 times 3. And then do our cross multiplication. Okay, so 2 times 3 and 5 times 1. Now, as you get more proficient, you can cut out some of these steps. I could have just wrote 6 and 5 and 15 over here, but I want you to be able to see the progression of how it's moving down. So next, let's just go ahead and simplify this. This would obviously be 6 plus 5 over 15. And last but not least, we can now add our numerators. That gives us 11/15. We're still adding 3 whole numbers, and now we can drop that plus sign, and our answer is 3 and 11/15. Go ahead and try this process with another mixed number problem and see what happens if you get an improper fraction here. How are you going to deal with that? All right, we'll tackle that later.